As Jewish as my father was deep down, he and my mother had not belonged to a synagogue for a long time. So to perform the funeral, we hired what our tribe calls a rent-a-rabbi. One you don't know, but who officiates at a burial. But our rent-a-rabbi turned out to be quite different from what we had expected. Usually they just show up, ask a few routine questions, and get on with the task at hand. But ours seemed genuinely compassionate and engaged. After the ceremony, he gathered us all together and said, "If there's anything I can do to help you through this difficult time, please don't hesitate to ask. I am here for you 100%. I will call you in a few days and check in." "Sure," my mother said sarcastically after he left. "Once the check clears, adios." Yet lo and behold, 3 days later, he did call. I answered the phone. "Hello, this is your rabbi from the funeral," he said. "I'm calling to see how your family's doing." I was touched. "Thank you for calling, Rabbi. How are you doing, sweetheart?" "Right at this moment, I'm doing okay. But honestly, Rabbi, 2 seconds from now, I could be a total wreck. My feelings change from moment to moment." "Sweetheart, that's completely normal. Losing a parent is one of the most difficult passages of life. It's a roller coaster of emotions." I nodded thoughtfully. "Do you have any other concerns, darling?" he asked. And feeling very safe and secure due to the rabbi's unexpected kindness, I decided to ask him the one question I'd actually been wrestling with for the previous 72 hours. "Rabbi, I do have a question. Where is my father now? I know he's not here, but he must be somewhere." The rabbi sighed deeply and said, "Where is your father now?" "My face, sweetheart, I'll be here all day. Can you put your sister on now, please?" And did we laugh. That rent-a-rabbi story quickly became running joke 1,000,001 to the Leifer family, and the next time someone said something curt, impatient, or insensitive, one of us would race to be the first to say, "Yeah, now can you put your sister on, please?" The problem was, this was the first joke Dad wasn't there to share with us. And this reminded us, if we hadn't been 100% aware of it before, that Dad was really gone. I'd always thought that when someone died, the relationship with that person was over. The end, kaput. But it's not like that. The relationship goes on, even though the other person isn't physically there. My dad's there when I hear Stevie Wonder's "I Just Called to Say I Love You," a song he had a kooky kind of attachment to. And whistled as he did crossword puzzles in the living room. He's with me when someone mentions disco, and I remember him valiantly trying to learn this new dance called the hustle with me in 1975 as we listened to Casey and the Sunshine Band. He's there when I buy a 6-pack of individual Tropicana orange juice containers. "Carol, what a waste. You're paying for the packaging with those small things. Do me a favor and buy the quart or the gallon size." And he's there when I get a whiff of Jergens lotion, the cream he would put on his hands after doing the dishes. And then you start to think things you never even thought when they were alive. Like, gee, that's an awfully femmy hand lotion. And we still have discussions. I have not made one important decision yet without talking it over with the old man before. I know he'd be happy with some choices I've made since his departure. Others, not so much. For instance, my recent decision to become a vegan would have inspired a lively discourse. "So you decided to give up meat completely? And dairy too? Well, what the hell are you going to eat? Nothing's left." "All right, look, if that's what makes you happy, knock yourself out." He said this last sentence countless times. It was his eventual response to almost everything. As the 4th anniversary of Dad's passing approaches, I've decided that the next time I'm back home on Long Island, I'm going to finally drive over to Goodwill and donate the brown shoes. It's time. The shoes are ridiculously out of place in my mother's closet, now wedged between a pair of 2 fancy slingbacks and Moroccan espadrilles. They're like the only guy you see sitting in a gynecologist's waiting room, waiting for the wife to come back out. It's what Pop would want anyway. Carol, why deny someone the pleasure of these shoes? Who knows how long they've been gone? We are not our things. My father was not his brown shoes. But I think I finally know why I had a hard time letting them go. Putting the shoes to rest meant ultimately putting Dad to rest too. But I'm okay with that now. He liked a good rest. And I see now that you don't have to be here when you're still everywhere.